Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Weekly Play by podcast. This is the podcast where we jump to the latest beats in the decentralized world and also talk to some of the brilliant minds in the industry. I'm your host, Olabisi, and in today's episode, we are getting creative with how to develop digital assets for marketing in the magical world of Web3. I'm talking NFTs, tokens, collectibles, you name it. Whether you're a crypto newbie or veteran, you are about to level up your creative strategy for the metaverse. So what do you say? Let's dive right in. All right. I want you to take a second to imagine this. You can close your eyes to imagine it. You can open your eyes to imagine it. But I want you to give me a second and imagine this. Instead of static marketing assets like photos or videos, you have living, breathing, creative assets with built-in utility and community engagement. I mean, it sounds like something out straight out of a movie, but you can say that, but that's exactly what's possible with NFTs and tokens. Yeah, it is straight out of a movie. Say these programmable assets, they open up completely new creative possibilities. You can turn almost anything into an interactive and shareable digital creation that fans just love to engage with. In this episode, together, we will explore examples of brands using NFTs and tokens creatively and cost effectively. Emphasis on cost effectively. So get ready to have your mind blown with ideas you can still, adapt, yes, for your own marketing. The future is now. Let's go. So first up, we're talking about NFTs. If this is your first time listening to this podcast, this is your first time hearing about NFTs, or this is the first time you are listening or wondering, what are NFTs? What is NFT? What do I have to know about NFTs? Not to worry, you can catch up on previous episodes. But in this particular episode, I will give a brief definition of what NFTs are. On previous episodes, I've given extensive explanation of what NFTs are, and you can catch up and listen to them to have the in-depth knowledge you need about what NFTs are. But to make you understand what we're going to talk about today in this particular episode, I will give a brief definition of what NFTs are. NFTs are non-fungible tokens, and they allow complete ownership and transparency of unique assets. Now, brands are turning all kinds of digital content into collectible NFT drops. Yes. During the pandemic, there was a surge of NFT art. People were minting and turning all kinds of digital content, digital creation into NFT drops. I mean, there were people minting their pictures, there were people minting different kinds of content, their stories, their games, movies, celebrity pictures, okay. And if you are active in social media platform, especially Twitter, there's a particular NFT project that was everywhere and everyone wanted it. Bored apes. It was like they had NFT cult following. It was massive. Everybody wanted it on the board apes, and I can't tell you how successful that project was for the creators. So NFT are one of a kind, and they are unique. And because they give you complete ownership and transparency on your digital assets, people see, especially brands, they see it as something they can tap into and also build a more deeper and personal relationship with their customers, clients, and their audiences. So let's take this first example. Charming, they auction NFT art of their mascots to support a good cause and connect with crypto audiences. Smart. So you can use your NFT, every proceed you make from your NFT sale, you can channel it toward a good cause. You can use it to fund a personal pet project, trying to help people who are hungry, or you're trying to Save someone somewhere in the world, your NFT proceeds can go towards it, a majority of it, half of it, or a certain percentage, right? So most people create their NFTs and the proceeds are going towards a personal cause or something they want to fund or whatnot. So, like this brand, they auction their NFT out of their mascot to support a good cause and also connect with their crypto audiences. If you ask me, that is extremely smart in my books. So let's take a second example. Taco Bell. Taco Bell did an NFT taco themed collectibles giveaway to hype new products, like new product launches, and also build their Discord community. How yummy is that? So you can also use your NFT sales to also build your community. Like I mentioned before, Bored Ape, that was what they did. They had a community of loyal following. They had a community of loyal users. And when it was time for their NFT to drop, when it was time for their NFT sales to go live, it actually did work because they had grown their community, their Discord community especially, and they had people who were ready to go all in. And their NFT art was also a way to connect with people who were actually part of the vision, part of the mission, wanted to do something, wanted to connect with them, right? And so Taco Bell also did something similar. And then if you have a Taco Bell NFT, you get access to their new product launches, get access to their new products, and a whole lot of other advantages that comes with it. And also get to be part of their Discord community. Like I said, how yummy is that? So let's talk about countries that are actually doing it. All right? It's not just brands this time. Countries are also doing it. So El Salvador created an official NFT series to commemorate Bitcoin's legal tender status and spread their progressive brand image. As you all know, El Salvador made Bitcoin a legal tender, and you can go to that country and you can trade in Bitcoin. You don't have to hold any physical cash. You can trade in Bitcoin, buy things in Bitcoin, sell things in Bitcoin, charge in Bitcoin. If you ask me, that is a progressive country. A country which sees the future. A country who knows what the future holds. And then they are already tapping into it right now. So, I mean, El Salvador is looking like the place to relocate to right now, if you ask me. So basically, what makes these campaigns work is the experiential element of collecting rare digital art and moments. The creative ownership that regular content can compete with. I mean, regular content can definitely not compete with the creative ownership that NFT gives you. NFT art is on the blockchain. You have total and complete ownership over it. No plagiarism. Nobody is stealing your work. Nobody can even steal anything. So most people can tease you that you're paying huge amount of money to get that NFT art that they can always screenshot or download on the internet. But what they don't know is when it becomes profitable or when it comes with all the benefits and perks it comes with, you are the one that's going to have them, not them, because you are the owner, and there's proof on the blockchain network that it belongs to you, right? You are the owner. It belongs to you. Nobody is stealing your art from you, right? And because NFT gives creators ownership to do whatever it is they like with their art. There's no limitation on what you can create. There's no limitation on what you can design with NFT art. Regular content can't compare with that. There's no, because sometimes on most of the social media platforms, there's limit on what we can create. You create some content sometimes and it gets flagged and it gets removed because it goes against guidelines, it goes against regulations. But the blockchain and what you have your creative ownership, and I bet you regular content can't compete with it. Now that we're talking about NFTs, now let's talk about tokens. Tokens are fungible assets, and they also add a new dimension through embedded utility and economics. Brands are turning products, services, and experiences into tradable tokens. I'll give you an example. For instance, Pizza Hut Canada, they launched pizza-themed tokens that orders could trade for real pizza. Such a delicious layout to play, if you ask me. So the way tokens work is that it's like, I want to explain this as simple and as understandable that, okay, as simple as it can get, especially for my first time listeners. So tokens are more like a brands are actually issuing tokens to their customers or to their audiences as a way of saying thanks for being loyal, as a way of saying we see you, as a way of saying we are giving you this so you can just trade it. You can see it as a gift card. You can see it as a gift card. You can see it as, I think a gift card is actually the best example for this. So a gift card in the Web2 world, tokens in the Web3 world. And so tokens are like, you can see it as a cashback. Like I said, cashback, gift cards. So what Pizza Hut Canada did is that when they launched these tokens, they actually, it could be a case of loyal customers getting access to their tokens, or a case of you buy their tokens, and in the future you can trade it for real pizza, or when you get to a certain threshold you can get access to their tokens, and then you can just enter the store and trade in for real pizza. And yeah, I mean, it's a win-win. It's a win-win. It also spreads the word. It also spreads the word about them that, okay, I have Pizza Hut tokens, and if you're also looking to get their tokens too, this is what you have to do. This is what you have to do. This is what you have to do. Trust me, it might seem like it's a lot, but loyal customers, we actually want to do this so they can get access to it, because the fear of missing out. Nobody wants to miss out, because they know at the point they'll be able to trade it for real pizza at the point. So just see it as a form of cashback or as a gift card. So that's that for Pizza Hut. Jimmy Fallon also created the Tonight Show NFT tickets with tiered utility for virtual experiences and show perks. I mean, imagine you going to a concert and you have backstage tickets where you get to see everything happening. And so that was what Jimmy Fallon did. You have a Tonight Show NFT ticket, and you get access to, if they're holding virtual experiences, you get access to it. If there are other show perks, maybe their merch or their gift, or maybe you get a signed autograph from celebrities that comes on the show. Amazing perks that comes with it. So, I mean, what backstage pass can be better than that backstage pass? I'll be waiting for your answers. And so, Block Assets, they also partner with a film studio to release movie NFTs with redeemable benefits like exclusive screenings. Next level creative genius, if you ask me. So, with the examples I've given, with branded tokens, you can incentivize just about any behaviors you want, from purchases to ratings to referrals and more. The possibilities are endless. You refer me, you get my token. And if you get my token, you can come into my company, you can come into my store, you can come into my show and trade it for something tangible, something that you can hold on to, something that you can see. I mean, it's like a transition from the virtual world to the physical world, right? Or you give me 5+ ratings and you can get my tokens. And then what does my token do for you? You can come into the store or trade it for something awesome, or trade it for something nice, or whatever. So you can incentivize just about anything. And it's also a way to also build a personal relationship with your customers and your audiences. So the possibilities are endless. All right, guys, let's wrap with my top tips for developing marketing assets in Web3 the right way. There's always the right way to do things, so you will not lose out, or you will not lose out on your investments, you will not lose out on your customers, you will not lose out on your audience. It's always important to develop your marketing assets in Web3 the right way. And so I'll be sharing those top tips with you today. First, know your niche community and create experiences they will value. Don't just jump on the bandwagon. Because you see that everybody is doing NFTs, everybody is creating tokens that incentivizing their customers, and then you just want to jump on it. And then you don't know you've not done your research, you don't know what your niche community wants. If you are If you are, okay, let's say for example, now you're a pizza brand, and then you are creating NFTs for people who are more interested in eating burgers or something, and then you haven't done your research. Yeah, it is going to be a failure because it is even dead on arrival. So always know your niche community and create experiences that they will value. The experience that a pizza lover will want, they probably want like a zillion and one flavors. They want to experiment with pizza flavors, and you're giving them the burger experience. I'm just using that as an example. It's not going to work. So don't just jump on the bandwagon. Always do your research, know what your community like, and create experiences they will value. Number two, add real creative utility to drive engagement, like access, perks, or status. Be creative. Don't just be static. Don't just replicate the same static asset. Like, okay, everybody is doing two games, and then you just come in and trade for pizza, or just get access to shows and everything. Be creative with your perks. Be creative with your status. Be creative with these things. There are like 1,001 things I can be creative with your tokens. So don't just replicate the same static assets. It gets boring after a while. And in Web3, we don't do boring. No, we don't do boring. Number three, collaborate with credible crypto artists and marketplaces to expand reach. Always do that. Always do that to get the word out and to also get people who are interested in your project. Always collaborate. In Web3, collaboration is key. There's no lone wolf in this industry. We always collaborate with each other. And that is how we grow as a community. That is how we've grown to this stage that people are now starting to understand what Web3 is about. Collaboration. It is important. Do not forget that. And number four, promote the drop extensively through both crypto and mass channels. Don't just make an NFT or a token drop and you are saying, yes, because your brand is popular, you don't want to do any advertisement, or you don't want to spread the word out. Trust me, there are more brands that not actually up to your status, and they are doing all that, and they are cashing out, or they are selling out way more than you. So always promote it through both crypto and mass channels, through both Web2 platforms, Twitter, LinkedIn, Telegram, Discord, Facebook. Okay, yeah, not Facebook, maybe WhatsApp, and all on Web3 channels too. Because the point of doing this is you want to create fear of missing out. Nobody wants to miss out on a good thing. So never forget to promote your drop extensively. Right? And the fifth one, consider environmental impact of NFTs on proof of work blockchains. Always explore eco-friendly alternatives like proof of stake. We're trying to keep everything clean. We're trying to keep it clean. So always consider the environmental impact of NFTs and explore eco-friendly alternatives. And lastly, document your process and results transparently to educate others. This space needs more case studies. We need more case studies. We're a growing community. We need more case studies. We need people in this. And how else do we get them to come in? When you document your process and you're transparent as you can, and there's no back door, no back channel, and you're transparent as you can, it motivates people to want to also join this space, because the case study helps draw more people into this space, people who are looking to drop their own NFTs, who are looking to create their own tokens. When they read your case studies and they see how your process is so transparent and whatnot, so it motivates them to also come into this space. So whatever you do, always document your process, and it also works for you in the long run too. Always document your process. And that's a wrap, guys. As you can see, marketing in Web3 is a whole new ball game of creative strategy. When done right, you can build insane brand experiences, loyalty, and community. I hope these examples and tips sparked some ideas on how you can experiment with programmable digital assets. The possibilities are endless. So, let me know which campaigns impressed you and what topics you want covered next. Do you have any questions or feedback on today's episode? Don't hesitate to reach out to us on our social media platforms or send a mail to web3quickbites@gmail.com. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe on your podcast platform of choice to be notified about upcoming episodes. See you next week. Bye.